Now, do you believe you're going to have difficulty understanding any of the legal concepts we're going to be discussing in court here this morning?
No,
Have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
no,
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of alcohol or any drug?
no, sir.
Mr. Warren, are you currently taking any prescription medications at the jail?
Yes,
Are any of them mental health related?
no,
Okay. Do you believe in any way any of those other meds impair your mental health condition?
no,
So as you participate this morning, Mr. Warren, do you believe your mind is clear and that you do have a full understanding of what's going on in court?
yes, sir.
Right. Do you understand the nature of the amended charge, unlawful distribution of methamphetamine?
Yes,
Okay. You understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you are not necessarily admitting that you did that act charged by the state, but you're also not contesting that you be convicted just the same. You understand
yes,
that?
yes,
All right. You understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you're giving up any legal defenses that you might have had to that charge.
yes,
Are you aware that in a trial, the state must present evidence against you in open court, that any witnesses must testify in open court in your presence, that you have the right to cross-examine witnesses at your trial with the assistance of your lawyer, Mr. Ambrose, and that you could present evidence at your trial on your own behalf and subpoena your own witnesses to court?
yes,
Mr. Warren, do you also understand that at such a trial, you personally would have a privilege against self-incrimination, which means that you could testify in your case if you wanted to, but no one could force you or compel you to testify against yourself if you didn't want to. Do you understand that?
yes,
You understand, Mr. Warren, that when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up these valuable trial rights that the court has described?
yes,
You also understand that you have a right to a trial by jury, and that before you could be found guilty, that jury would have to be satisfied as to your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes,
Mr. Warren, you understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury and the requirement that you be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes,
Mr. Warren, do you understand that you have a right to appeal a guilty verdict if you have a trial?
yes,
You further understand that you may appeal your sentence after entering a plea of no contest, but generally, you may not appeal your judgment of conviction after you enter such a plea.
yes,
Mr. Warren, are you aware of the possible penalties that could be imposed on a level 3 drug crime if the court accepts your plea here today?
yes,
Let's go over those. In the most favorable criminal history category of I, you could receive as little as a 46-month prison sentence. However, in the worst criminal history category of A, you could receive up to an 83-month prison sentence. So the sentencing range is 46 to 83 months in prison, depending on your criminal history. Mr. Warren, I do not know with absolute certainty what your criminal history is. You better than anyone else here should have a handle on what your own criminal record looks like, but that will be researched by the Court Services Department, and based on the outcome of their research as of the date of sentencing, that determines where you fall along the level 3 drug line, and then you'll be sentenced accordingly. Do you understand that?
yes,
Okay. You also understand that you could receive up to a $300,000 fine for this offense?
yes,
In addition to any fine, are you aware that you could be assessed and be required to pay court costs, certain fees, including reimbursement of legal fees and expenses, and restitution to victims, if any are owed, as part of your sentencing orders? You understand that?
yes,
Do you also understand that as a direct consequence of this plea, you will be sentenced to an extended period of reporting probation, reporting parole, or post-release supervision, which is your state parole time that you do after you get out of prison, as deemed appropriate by the court at time of sentencing?
yes,
Mr. Warren, do you understand that both probationary and post-release supervision periods generally start at 12 months in duration, but can run up to 60 months under some circumstances?
yes,
You also understand that the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act is much more than the grid page that I referred to earlier. It's an entire book of sentencing rules and laws. Do you understand that if any special rules apply to you in your situation, it could affect your eligibility for probation or otherwise affect your sentence? Do you understand that?
yes,
All right, Mr. Warren, there has been discussion this morning of a concept called departure. Departure is a court-ordered special exception to the general rules. It has to be based on substantial and compelling reasons, and it's discretionary with the court. For example, a departure could be less time than what the legislature has set forth on the grid. That would be what we'd call a durational departure. I think that's been mentioned here today as a possibility. And there's also a dispositional departure to take a prison case and make it a probation case. But do you understand that this is a discretionary with the call with the court, and it's not a guaranteed thing? You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. I want to ask you, did you have an ample opportunity to discuss all your legal matters, especially sentencing matters, with your attorney, Mr. Ambrose, before proceeding here today?
Yes.
Mr. Warren, do you need any more time with him now before we go further?
No, sir.
All right. Are you satisfied with the services and advice given to you by Chris Ambrose?
Yes.
All right. Now, this no contest plea that you're attempting to make, has it been based on any threat or promises as to what this court is going to do in regards to your sentence or any other type of threat or promise?
No.
And of course, it's the court's policy to always make sure a defendant understands again, Mr. Warren. I know we kind of went over this, that if there are any plea agreements between your counsel and the county attorney's office regarding sentencing recommendations, that Jill Gillette appears as Greenwood County Attorney, Chris Ambrose as defense counsel, Defendant Warren appearing from the Greenwood County Jail Zoom location. This matter comes before the court at this time for pretrial conference. Mr. Ambrose, what is your announcement regarding case status?
Sorry about that. I was muted. There have been negotiations between the state and defense. There is a proposed resolution that we're prepared to enter a plea on today. Mr. Warren is going to be entering a no contest plea to an amended count 1, which would still be possession with intent of methamphetamine. It's going to be amended down to a severity level 3. Upon entry of that plea, the state will dismiss the balance of the complaint with prejudice. At sentencing, the parties are going to propose an agreed downward durational departure to 51 months in this case at that severity level 3.
What criminal history score is it anticipated that Mr. Warren will be at sentencing?
A B, Your Honor.
We have his prior PSI.
Right, Ms. Gillette, has Mr. Ambrose announced consistently with your understanding as to how the Warren case would be handled?
He has, Your Honor.
Okay. Right, I want some clarity on the new count. Count 1's being amended down to what charge, Ms. Gillette?
We're removing the within 1,000 feet of a school.
So still unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, in this case, methamphetamine.
Correct.
Yep. Level 3.
Level 3.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Warren, you've heard what the attorneys have announced. Is it
Yes.
indeed your intention to resolve your case at this time by entering a no contest plea to the amended count 1, which is unlawful distribution of a controlled substance?
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Yep.
I've got a number of questions I need to ask you regarding the taking of that plea. If there's anything along the way that you don't understand, I'll give you the opportunity to get private advice again from Mr. Ambrose to make sure that you understand everything we're doing. So just don't hesitate to ask the court if you need that time to confer further, okay?
Okay.
State your full legal name for the record.
Kirk Ray Warren,
How old are you right now?
63,
What's the highest level of education that you've attained?
12th grade.
But this court is not bound by agreements made. The court may and shall consider them as recommendations, but is not bound by them. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you at this time, Mr. Warren, how do you plead to the amended count 1 charge of unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, methamphetamine? I need you just to tell me what your plea is.
No contest.
All right. I'm going to ask the state's attorney to provide a brief and concise statement of factual basis.
Your Honor, on June 1st of 2025, Jeremiah Andrews was on duty. He noted a vehicle that was frequenting known drug houses. It committed a failure to stop coming out of the alleyway on 7th Street, just east of Main Street. He stops the vehicle for a traffic stop. In the vehicle, Sergeant Cordell came with his canine partner. They conducted a free air sniff of the vehicle with the canine track and, or is it Kilo? Kilo. And, when the defendant was Mirandized upon a positive alert, he admitted that he was on parole and, that he had been using meth and meth had been in the car. A subsequent search found several small rolls of cash in different increments for different types of sale, indicative of sale, and multiple individually packaged baggies in a zipper pouch on the back floorboard. And the total weight from the KBI lab testing positive was 3.73 grams. And they only weighed one bag. There were 4 different bags in the car.
All right. So, Mr. Warren, do you now freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter a plea of no contest and accept conviction for the amended count 1, unlawful distribution of a controlled substance?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ambrose, do you know of any legal reason why the court shouldn't accept your client's plea?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lett, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Warren, are you aware of a legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't accept your plea of no contest here this morning?
No.
Court will accept the no contest plea made by Kirk Warren and finds that that plea is made voluntarily. He has an understanding of the nature of the charge against him and the consequences of the plea, and a factual basis for the plea does exist. The court finds the defendant guilty and adjudges him therefore convicted of unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a level 3 drug felony. All other charges of the charging document are dismissed pursuant to plea agreement. The court orders a pre-sentence report be completed to accurately determine the defendant's criminal history, and the court will set an appropriate date for sentencing. I generally have to allow about 2 months for completion of the report, Mr. Warren. So I'm going to be looking at the date here of Thursday, September the 10th. Mr. Ambrose, your availability on that date?
I have 2 hearings at 10 a.m. that morning, but short of that, I have availability.
All right. Can you commit to taking care of this Warren matter at 9 that day?
That should be perfectly fine, Your Honor.
All right. 9 o'clock a.m., Thursday, September 10, for sentencing in the Warren case. Obviously, Mr. Warren needs to be available at that time and participate by Zoom fully on that date. September 10, 9 o'clock a.m. for sentencing in the Warren case. I don't know if they're going to bring you any assessments to do, Mr. Warren. I'll just expect that you'll comply with them if they do. Risk
Yes.
needs assessment or substance abuse assessment, they're possible. I'll let the investigating officer make that determination what assessments, if any, are necessary. But we'll address your case again September 10 at 9 o'clock for sentencing as earlier stated. Mr. Warren, you have any questions about what we've done here?
No, sir.
No, you've handled yourself appropriately, Mr. Warren. Ms. Gillette, anything further from your perspective that the court needs to address?
I don't believe so.
Mr. Ambrose?
Nothing for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very well then. Mandy, can you make sure that court services is aware of the need for a new or updated pre-sentence investigation report for Mr. Warren?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. If there's nothing further at this time, then the Kirk Warren matter will currently be in recess. And this
The Dakota Slater, James
Dakota James Sater, on the record in BU 2026 CR 81. Again, State of Kansas versus Dakota James Sater. Please announce appearances.
Good morning. May it please the court, Cole Storer for the state.
William McClendon for the defendant, Dakota Sater, who should be in custody, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Sater here?
I apologize, Your Honor. They are in a breakout room,
Who is?
the Butler County Detention.
Well, who's the defense attorney in there?
Darren Patterson, who also has the other Sater case.
All right.
Well-
It looks like Dakota Sater fails to appear in person, but through counsel William McClendon. Mr. McClendon, we also have BU 2026 CR 87, also State of Kansas versus Dakota James Sater. Darren Patterson is still on the record as counsel for that case, although you may be getting another one. Have you had a chance to talk to Mr. Sater yet?
Well, Judge, in reviewing discovery on this case, I actually have a conflict as I represented one of his co-defendants in Greenwood County.
All right, so you're moving to dismiss for conflict.
Moving to withdraw, yes, Your Honor.
All right, that will be granted. And if Mr. Patterson can take them both, so be it. But I understood he couldn't take one, which means he probably couldn't take the other. But you're allowed to withdraw and we'll figure someone else out, Mr. McClendon. Thank you. Have you any other cases?
No, Your Honor, that's all I had.
All right, well, thank you, sir. You are excused from these hearings.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and Deputy, who do you have with you there?
I have Attorney McConnell with Tally Wickham.
All right,
Wickham with a W.
thank you. We are on the record now in BU 2025 CR 259, State of Kansas versus Tally Tyne Wickham. Please announce appearances.
Good morning. May it please the court, Cole Storer for the state.
May it please the court, Tally appears in person with counsel Jonathan McConnell.
Mr. McConnell, any announcements about this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, I just entered on the case. So if we could get a new date, we'll request discovery and reach out to the state about a swift resolution.
State's position.
No objection, Judge.
This is one count of purchase, possession, or consumption by a minor of alcohol allegedly occurring April 30th of this year. So no, last year.
Last year.
All right. Do you have a specific amount of time you want this continued to, or my next available, which is probably several months anyway?
Next available is fine.
All right. Clerk, when's my next available?
That would be September 21st. And can you please remind me of the name of the attorney?
Jonathan McConnell.
Okay, I was showing Darren Patterson on this case.
I think Mr. Patterson was appointed and Mr. McConnell may have entered. Is that right, gentlemen?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And that may be why the discovery is in the posture it is in. So September 21st, 9 a.m. is that a Monday docket, Jennifer?
That is.
Okay, thank you. All righty then. If there's nothing further, Tally Wickham is excused. Jonathan McConnell is excused unless he has someone else on the docket.
No, Your Honor, and that'll be via Zoom, correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And defendant will be continued on bond if any there be with that added condition.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alexander Allen on the record in BU 2025 CR 392, State of Kansas versus Alexander Krishan Moreno Allen. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
Is Charles O'Hara or one of his firm members present for Alexander Allen? Clerk Jennifer, you are showing Alexander Allen, correct?
Yes, Alexander Allen Moreno.
Yes, that's me.
All right, Alexander, is it Marino Allen?
Yes, it's Moreno Allen.
Mr. Marino Allen, I show that you had hired Charles O'Hara, is that right?
Yes, he should be in the call somewhere. I can call their office if need be, but he should be in this call.
Anyone here from the firm for Mr. Charles O'Hara? Well, I'm going to put this a little further down the docket. If you want to call him, that's fine. Or he'll
Okay.
probably show up any minute, or maybe he's even on here and I just can't find him.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Mr. Ariano, who are you here for?
I have Austin Carr, Your Honor. Mr. Carr appears via my office.
All right, we are on the record in BU 2026 CR 78, State of Kansas versus Austin Lee Carr. Please announce appearances.
Joseph Baca appearing for the state.
Yes, I'm here.
Your Honor, Mr. Carr appears via Zoom, as does Steve Ariano.
Is he here in person, Mr. Ariano?
No, he's on Zoom. He's actually in my office. I was supposed to meet him there, but I had something come up, so I'm in my car. So it shows Steve Ariano, Austin Carr on his Zoom window.
All righty. And how do you want to proceed on this matter?
Your Honor, we haven't had this case very long. Looks like I just received some discovery this morning on it by email from the Butler County Attorney's Office. So I'm asking for a continuance so I can review that information with my client. He does have also, there's a case in front of Judge Rickey as well.
A felony case, I presume. And
yes.
Are you on that case as well?
I am.
Okay. All righty. Well, Jennifer, my next available date for continuance, state had no objection? Or did
I have
you?
no objection. I know that defendant Mr. Ariano just started meeting on the case.
All right. So Jennifer, what date were we using? You just gave that to me on the other one.
September 21st, Your Honor.
September 21st, 9 a.m. Defendant is ordered to be back here. If there's going to be any plea or anything like that, I definitely want him here in person, of course. Mr. Marino, is that you in what looks like a gray shirt, maybe? All right,
Yes.
you are ordered to be back here
You
with
asking for Mr. Carr?
Yes, I'm looking for Mr. Carr.
You said Mr. Marino.
I did.
He's there. He's got a wood paneling behind him, sitting in one of our office chairs at my office.
Yeah, I'm right here.
That is speech. All right, Mr. Carr, you're ordered to be back here September 28th at 9 a.m. with attorney, ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
And
thank you.
Mr. Carr, I'll be in shortly, so just wait for me at the office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. How about Trudy Haynes on the record in BU 2025 TR 1171, State of Kansas versus Trudy Diane Haynes. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
May it please the court, Trudy Haynes appears on Zoom and by and through counsel, Nicholas J. Hyman appearing by Zoom.
Mr. Hyman, this is a driving while suspended second or subsequent. How does your client wish to proceed?
Judge, the main prosecutor is out on vacation. I called to try to speak to him. She has actually got her license back, so I need to discuss further negotiations when he gets back next week. So if we could set this out, I'd appreciate it.
So that must be Assistant County Attorney Brett Sweeney that's out?
It's actually Mr. Regier that's out, Your Honor.
Mr. Regier, all right. And you agree that Mr. Regier is the one that has to settle this or should settle this?
Yes, Your Honor, although we are working more and more on having me and Mr. Storr get a bit more discretion, but on this one, it is one that Mr. Regier needs to answer on.
Very well. All right, thank you. So do you want to set this to September 21st?
That would be
Jennifer?
fine.
Council says that's fine for the defense.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Jennifer, September 21st again?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Haynes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you and council ordered to reappear here at 9 a.m. or no later than 9 a.m., September 21st.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Haynes is excused. Mr. Hyman, you're excused unless you're here on someone else.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And Mr. McClendon has been excused. John Kitchen, are you here for Jamie Turnquist? On the record in BU 2026 TR 210, State of Kansas versus Jamie Deanne Turnquist. Please announce appearances. Turnquist, anyone here on Turnquist?
Your
Sorry,
Honor,
Judge,
I
have my
am here
audio.
myself.
Hold
I
on, who's here for the state?
Coal store for the state. Sorry, Judge.
I got you. Cold Store for the state. Jamie Turnquist, you're here on your own behalf.
no, Your Honor. My attorney should be here, and I've called his office, so I hope that he's in soon.
Is that Attorney John Kitchen?
That's right, Your Honor.
And Clerk Jennifer, you haven't heard from Mr. Kitchen yet this morning?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll come back to that. Mr. Reynolds,
Thanks,
who
Your
would you
Honor.
like to take up?
Good morning, Judge. I have Alexander Allen Moreno.
And is he in the office with you, or is, oh, there he is. He's the one I was talking to once. All right, I tried to talk to. Oh, then, where did he go? We are on the record in BU 2025 CR 392, State of Kansas versus Alexander Krishan Marino Allen. Please announce appearances.
Coal store for the
Have a
state.
good day.
Good morning, Judge. Mr. Allen Moreno appears via Zoom separately from counsel. Kelly Reynolds also via Zoom.
Webster.
Now, I want to make sure we have his name correct. We have Marino hyphen Allen. Is that his legal name, or is it the other way around, Allen Marino?
It's Marino Allen, Your Honor.
Okay, so we do have it right. Marino, is there a hyphen or not?
Yes.
We
No,
we just stick it in there probably to keep track of where it falls in the alphabet. Sounds like it should be an M. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Reynolds, this is one count of domestic battery and possession, purchase or consumption of alcohol by a minor 18 to 20. And how does your client or Mr. O'Hara's client or your firm's client wish to proceed at this time?
Judge, we have been in discussions with the state on this one. However, I think we're going to go ahead and need to set dates for a trial on this one.
Okay, do you want to set a bench trial or a jury trial? Jennifer, when's my next jury trial?
Trial for jury will be August 3rd at 9 a.m. Jury trial begins August 5th.
So pre-trial would be August 3rd. That's probably a Monday by Zoom. And then jury trial would start August 5th through 6th. But do you want to, what if we went with a bench trial, when that would be?
No, we're requesting a jury trial, and I'm in a murder trial that week.
Okay, all right. So that day will not work. When's our next available?
The next jury trial will have a pre-trial date of October 26th, with jury beginning on the 28th.
Again, pre-trials by Zoom and juries in person.
Well, I certainly am available on that date, Judge.
All right. So any objection by the state to continuing this at the defendant's request to those dates?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I will continue these at the request of the defendant to October 26, 9 a.m. via Zoom for pretrial conference, and October 28th and 29th in person for jury trial. And let's check and see if we have a bond here.
We do, Judge, and the defense did have a motion on that if the court might take it up.
All right, I do show a 1,500 professional surety bond posted August 30th of 2025. Go ahead, counsel, with your oral. Is it an oral motion for modification, or what do you want to?
Yes, ma'am, and it's just based on a report that we received this morning. He is on an alcohol monitor bracelet, and they sent over a report today that he's been monitored for 311 days with no violations. And this, the cost of the monitor is quite cumbersome. He's been paying it the entire time. Since there's been no violations, and that's quite an extensive amount of time, we're asking for modification to have that removed.
Well, I see that he did have an August anniversary date for filing. What is the state's position on that request?
Your Honor, the state would ask the court deny the request,
Because
because it appears he was severely intoxicated during this event. But the state would also understand if the court were to remove after that many days of sobriety.
And what about contact with this Lake and Kafka David, alleged victim? Is he having any contact violations with that?
I'm aware of
Not
no
this-
violations.
Yeah, not the state's aware of, Judge.
Do you have an alcohol level he had at the time?
I don't, Your Honor.
How old are you now, Mr. Moreno Allen?
I'm 20 years old, Your Honor.
You're 20 now. You're still a minor for alcohol purposes. But you've gone, when did they put the bracelet on? August 27th or shortly thereafter?
August 30th.
Yes.
August 30th. So it hasn't been quite a year, but it's getting close and no violations. Well, with the nature of the charges and the concerns for alcohol, my first inclination is to deny the matter, but it has been a while, and this hearing is not coming until October 26th. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Allen?
I'm a CNA at a Via Christi nursing home. I've been working there for about 2 years now, consistently.
Are you in any kind of drug treatment or alcohol treatment?
I completed alcohol treatment back at the end of last year for a separate thing I had going on.
I am not going to release it right now. It's a close call, I will tell you that. But I am going to leave the bracelet on at this time. You've done well. I don't want you to go out and celebrate and have issues right close to your trials, so I'm going to leave it on you. There's nothing further. We're in recess. Mr. Moreno Allen is excused. And Mr. Reynolds, have you anyone else on the docket?
I do not. Thank you.
All right, then you'll excuse as well. Thank you. Mr. Stang, who would you like to take up?
Your Honor, I have Mr. Beck, who is already online.
Very well. We're on the record in BU 2026 TR 280, State of Kansas versus Matthew Robert Beck. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
John Stang on behalf of Mr. Beck, who also appears.
This is a DUI and no liability insurance. Almost a year old. How does your client wish to proceed, counsel?
Your Honor, we're under a plea of no contest to the DUI today. I've been in contact with Mr. Sweeney. I assume Mr. Baca has the notes. And I emailed to you last Thursday my client's drug and alcohol evaluation. The offer from Mr. Sweeney was plea to the Class B misdemeanor DUI. Everything else is going to be dismissed. We did provide proof of insurance, by the way. And they didn't have any objection to minimum sentence. I recall, the evaluation called for the ADSAP. In Oklahoma, it's a 12-hour class and instead of the 8-hour one up here, and then a DUI victim panel. But you should have that in your inbox.
All right, you said you sent that when? Friday?
I think it was Thursday. It's Assessment Services, Substance Abuse Evaluation Report. And Mr. Sweeney should have already had it, and I believe I resent it to him Thursday or Friday last week too.
So what would be the name of the sending person?
It'd be jstang@holnicklaw.com.
That would be under your name now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Look again. Where'd it go? Must have clicked on the wrong one. I just saw it and then I clicked on the, try it again.
This one actually had the recommendations on the last page, page 3.
Okay, all right, thank you. I did find that. Very well, then you said Mr. Stange is going to plead to count 1 DUI and he's provided proof, so the insurance either has or will be dismissed by the state.
Yes.
And counsel for the state, you agree?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Beck, can you hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I can. Yeah, I can hear you, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Trying to figure out, got a lot of screens going here. Gotta get the right one. There we go. Oh, now back to this one. All right, Mr. Beck, how do you plead to count 1, driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or combination thereof in Butler County on August 10th of 2025?
No contest, Your Honor.
By pleading no contest, you don't want to admit the charge in count 1, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial either?
That's correct.
Is anyone making you enter this plea by any threat or promise other than by your plea agreement?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that if I accept this plea, there will be no trial. You will have given up your right to trial and will be found guilty, even though you're not admitting the charge?
That is correct, Your Honor.
This charge is in the alternative, in several alternatives. Is there any particular one you're pleading no contest to?
Oh, we
Or just-
probably should make it the one with the alcohol because he had a 0.21 BAC. There is a blood test in this case, so there will be a $400 restitution.
Okay, on or about the 10th day of August 2025 in Butler County, Kansas, Matthew Robert Beck did operate or attempt to operate a motor vehicle while the alcohol concentration in such person's blood or breath as shown by competent evidence was 0.08 or more to it 0.21 BAC?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I accept the plea as knowingly and voluntarily entered and find the defendant guilty of DUI. And I do have the alcohol and drug evaluation present. So we'll proceed to sentencing. Mr. Baca, recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm sure Mr. Sting will correct me if I didn't get everything from Mr. Sweeney that they had discussed. But at this time, the state is recommending the statutory minimum fine on a first offense, which would be $750. State would recommend a controlling jail sentence of 6 months. State would recommend a 1-year reporting probation. As far as conditions of that probation, we would recommend the standard conditions of probation, recommend defendant complete a DUI victim panel, recommend that as conditions of probation, the recommendations on the drug and alcohol evaluation. Finally, Your Honor, also recommend court costs and a probation fee.
Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Stein?
I think the only thing he missed would have been the $400 restitutions. Hate to do that,
yes.
but I don't want to come back and have to redo this again later.
Okay.
Yes.
We would
right.
ask, my client does, sorry, I'm over in Reno County.
Okay.
We would ask if he could have his probation either by mail, by phone, by email. Since it's a Class B, I don't know if he can compact it. He lives in Stillwater, Oklahoma. He is actually instructor at OSU.
Okay. Well, Mr. Beck, your fine will be $750. Court costs, which I believe this is a traffic infraction, would be $108. There will be a $60 supervision fee because you're getting a 6-month jail sentence, which will be suspended so long as you successfully complete a 1-year reporting probation. Now, I have no objection to that being transferred to your home county and state. I think this will have to go through interstate compact. First, you will want to report to the probation officer in El Dorado, Kansas, and you'll call them as soon as this hearing is over. So are you ready to write down the number of 316-322-4135 and give them your case number BU 2026-TR280. Your 1 year of probation will include all standard conditions that they will at some point go over with you. You will be required to do a DUI victim impact panel, and you will be required to follow the recommendations in your drug and alcohol evaluation. The remaining charge, count 2, is dismissed on motion of the state for plea agreement and for proof of insurance. Mr. Baca, anything further I've left out?
I don't believe there's anything from the state, Your Honor.
Oh, the $400 to the KBI will be added.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And I'm going to order that you pay at least at the rate of at least 1/12 the total due each month, with the first payment due to August 6th. And then you'll have the 12th due on the 6th of each month thereafter. But I also give probation discretion to work with you on modifying the amount of those payments, depending on your ability to pay. Okay, anything, Deputy?
I think that probation number was 4153.
Is it 5-3? Judge, you said 35.
On Matthew Beck,
Yes.
I show 26-TR280, but counsel.
No. He's talking about the telephone number. You said 322-4135, and I think the deputy's saying it should have been 322-4153.
I think that's right too. Thank you, Deputy, for catching that. 4153, right? Okay, thank you. I was wondering how we were that far off on that case number. That's the phone number I've inverted to, apparently. All right. So make sure you call as soon as this hearing is over, and then they'll work out your schedule from there out. Anything further, Mr. Stein?
I'll just tell Mr. Beck I'll give you a call as soon as we get done with the hearing, but nothing further from defense.
All right. Thank you all. We are in recess on Beck.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
You're welcome. Mr. Beck is excused. Mr. Stein is excused.
Your Honor, we do have a Spanish interpreter on today.
Oh, we do. Who is that for?
One moment, I'm looking. That is for Martinez Ortez.
Oh, under the M's for Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me see if I can find that. Yesenia. Very well. Is Mr. Patterson available for that? Do you know if Mr. Patterson, Mr. Patterson, have you talked with Yesenia Martinez Ortez and the interpreter yet?
Judge, I have not.
Would you like to, if I can find them both for you?
If Yasina Martinez Ortiz is on here, I'd love to.
Anybody have Miss Yesenia Martinez Ortez or Ortiz?
Llamando al caso de Yesenia Martínez Ortiz.
Judge, this is a motion for judgment on bond. I've had no contact with him, and also I do not take a position on that motion.
Yesenia would be a woman, wouldn't she, Carlos? Is that not a feminine?
She was here, Your Honor. She was here first.
Okay. Well, and you haven't had contact with her, so you can't just call her and tell her to get here. Jennifer, any information about where she went or why she isn't here now? Or if
Your Honor,
yes.
I have not seen that name appear in court today.
All right, but Carlos, you thought you did?
I'm sure I did. I did at some point at around 10 a.m. or so. She probably left.
I do show someone in the waiting room under Zoom user who is not responding.
And it could be she doesn't speak English. You said 10 a.m. Did you mean 9 a.m.? Because I show 9:36 a.m. Carlos.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 10 a.m. Eastern, Your Honor. It's the
Oh,
it's the time zone.
you're not in the area. Lucky you. Hopefully you're someplace cool. Okay, well, let's see. Why don't you check that person out? Go ahead and throw them on here, and we'll hope it's not some misbehaving person. We'll hope it's our defendant. Yeah, if that's it, I don't think that's the one we're looking for. All right, Zoom user, what is your name?
Rainier Kuntz London.
Okay, Rainier, what was the last name?
Kuntz London, Kountz.
Pronounce that Kuntz London? Kuntz London.
Kuntz.
Kuntz. Okay, I see you there. You're on the top of my second page. Right above the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for Yesenia Martinez Ortez. Will be on the record now in BU 2025 TR 393, State of Kansas versus Yesenia Martinez Ortiz. If you want to interpret that, Carlos.
Ok, ya iniciamos la grabación para el caso VU 25TR393, Estado de Kansas versus Yesenia Martínez Ortiz.
Please announce appearances.
Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of the defendant who does not appear. I've had no contact with them and do not take a position on the motion for judgment on bond.
Las comparecencias, está representando al Estado el señor Cole Store y Darren Patterson representa al cliente y dice el señor Patterson, señoría, la acusada no ha comparecido, no ha tenido contacto con ella y no ha tomado una posición en cuanto al juicio.
When we were here April 13th of 2026, there was an issue about service or lack of service. Has that been resolved, Mr. Baca?
Judge, I have a note here that says that mail was returned undeliverable April 23rd, using the same address as on the appearance bond.
Sí, tengo un aviso aquí que dice que el correo se regresó porque no se pudo entregar y la fecha fue el 23 de abril y utilizamos la misma dirección que aparece en la comparecencia.
I do see an affidavit of service by certified mail to the defendant, a Wichita, Kansas address.
¿Qué? Veo que se mandó un correo certificado al acusado que tiene una dirección en Kansas.
And Mr. Storr, there is no bondsman, as this is the personal recognizance bond. Is that what you're showing?
Yes, Judge. Sorry, I'm trying to interpret this new program I'm learning.
Okay. Look at that return one more time. And the state is still seeking judgment, Mr. Storr.
Yes, Judge.
The motion for judgment on bond is granted. And the previous orders concerning the defendant will remain in effect in addition to that. So if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess on Martinez-Ortez. And Carlos, would you see if there are any others needing Spanish services if you're available?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más necesita un intérprete de español?
No one else. All right. Well, thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you being here and helping us.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you for using our services and have a good day.
Thanks, you too, and you are excused. All righty. Who else is who's in the county or in the district? Who's in Butler County Detention too?
Sater?
What's your name, Sater?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Patterson, are we ready on Sater?
Your Honor, Mr. Sater has 2 cases on the docket, it looks like. I am only assigned to one of them.
Well, let me call that. We are on the record in BU 2026 CR 87, State of Kansas versus Dakota James Sater. Please announce appearances. Is that Cole Storer for the County Attorney's Office?
Yes, Judge. Cole Storer for the state.
And Darren Patterson for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Patterson, you may not have been here when I called the other case earlier, BU 2026 CR 81. William McClendon, I believe, replaced you due to some kind of co-defendant conflict. Or maybe you, for some reason, I think he replaced you as court appointed, and then he withdrew because he had a conflict with the co-defendant. Do you have some kind of need or request to withdraw in one or both of these?
Judge, previously I had made a request to withdraw from the 26 CR 81 that would continue with that conflict. But the 87 case that you just called, I do not have a conflict. So I am asking for the court to set that for jury trial.
All right, but you don't think you can take the other case he has?
I still have a conflict in that one, Judge.
Would you like for me to reappoint someone in both of them or just the one?
Judge, I have no preference. however the court wants to proceed.
Well, I'm just thinking it might be beneficial to have one attorney negotiating both cases, but then I know you also do negotiate together with other counsel from time to time. Mr. Sater, does it make you any difference if you have two different attorneys, or do you want one attorney for both?
It makes no difference, Your Honor.
All right. And did someone say you had a felony also in front of another judge?
Yes.
And who is your attorney? Okay, which judge are you in front of on the felony? Was it Ricky?
No, it's Satterfield, and my
Satterfield.
attorney is Jared Scott.
Gerard Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you show, Jennifer? Or do you need the case number for the felony?
I will need the case number.
Anybody have the felony case number?
Judge is 26 CR 71.
Okay. And is it Gerard Scott or is it Jared Scott? I don't know Jared Scott.
It's Gerard.
Okay. Now, you apparently hired Mr. Scott. He's not on our appointment list, is he?
He is my court-appointed attorney, Your Honor.
Court appointed, okay.
I was supposed to have court with him back on the 29th, but when I came to do the court, they said it got postponed to the 27th, I believed. I have not had any contact with him yet. I'm supposed to call him later today.
All right. Well, both the two attorneys I have assigned to you have conflicts in representing you. So I'm going to see if Judge Satterfield, first of all, see if Mr. Scott might take all three of your cases, and then see if Judge Satterfield might hear all three on the same day of the 27th. Jennifer, do you want to send a message of that effect to the AA, or do you want me to do it since it's got several facets to it?
Your Honor, since it is to a district attorney, if I could ask you to do it, that would be great.
Yes, just so I don't, wait, let me make myself a note so I don't get busy and forget that. This is Sater. Well, I know your name is getting familiar to me, Mr. Sater, and that's not usually a good sign. Sater and Satterfield, okay. All right, okay, I'm going to put this, I'm going to recess this case and let you go back to custody. And I'm going to, after my docket, get with Judge Satterfield and see what we can work out. But you are going to get a new attorney, whether in these misdemeanors, whether it be the attorney you now have, Scott. Whether it be Mr. Scott, I don't know. But I'll see what I can find out.
Your Honor, you want me to set this for review?
Mr. Patterson, you said you wanted it set. Did you tell me you wanted this set for jury trial?
Yes, that was the announcement that I was ready to make, but whatever the court wants to set it for is fine.
I think I'm gonna check with Judge Satterfield before I do that. So yeah, let's set it for review. You want to put it on? Can we squeeze it in a week from today just for review, and maybe we won't even need the hearing? Or if we do, it'll be brief.
One moment, Your Honor. I'm checking your calendar.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
All right. I'm going to order that you be back here by Zoom 9 a.m. A week from today, which is what, July 13th?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll hopefully have answers to all those questions, Mr. Sater. But you may go at this time. We'll be in recess.
Ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Now, is there anybody else in custody anywhere?
Judge, we have 3 more in custody.
Oh, okay. So detention, if you want to bring who's the next one you can bring me?
Yeah. McTaggart.
Taggart or McTaggart?
McTaggart.
Thank you. We are on the record in BU 2022 CR 302, State of Kansas versus Patrick Albert McTaggart. Please announce appearances.
May it please the court, Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appearing on behalf of Patrick McTaggart. Mr. McTaggart does appear personally via Zoom audio visual from Butler County Detention Center. Judge would announce at this time, pursuant to plea negotiations, Mr. McTaggart will be entering a plea of no contest to the sole count cruelty to animals.
And Mr. McTaggart, this case has had a lot of hearings since October 24th to 22. But are you to the point now where you do want to enter a no contest plea?
Yes, ma'am.
By pleading no contest to cruelty to animals, you're not wanting to admit the charge, but you don't want to deny it and set it for trial either?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It is alleged that on July 19th of 2022, you did unlawfully and knowingly have physical custody of an animal, to wit 3 horses, Bert, a Palomino Mustang, Ernie, a Palomino Mustang, and Jenny, a bay mare quarter horse, and you failed to provide such food, potable water, protection from the elements, opportunity for exercise, and other care as needed for the health or well-being of such kind of animals. This is a Class A non-person misdemeanor. Now, even though you're not admitting this charge, by taking a no contest plea, you still will most likely be found guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are giving up your right to a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone making you enter this no contest plea today?
Is in accordance with the plea agreement.
So other than to take advantage of a plea agreement, you're not feeling anyone's making you do this?
No, ma'am.
And what is the nature of the plea agreement?
Your Honor, it would be for a 6-month controlling sentence with 6 months probation, standard conditions, no livestock, court costs for the court to determine attorney fees and restitution to Butler County for $2,881.50.
$2,881 and what change?
50 cents.
All right. All right, so those are the terms that you understand your plea agreement to include, sir?
Yes,
Yes, Judge. Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, that's all right. Okay. All right, I will find that you know what you're doing in entering this plea and that you're doing it freely and voluntarily. Mr. Storr, do you have a factual basis to support this charge in this plea?
Ooh, good question.
And Judge, for purposes of the factual basis, we would stipulate to the affidavit filed in the case.
All right, there was filed on August 15th of 2022 an affidavit to support request for prosecution that was prepared by affiant E. Robert Latimer, deputy with the Butler County Sheriff. And would you offer that as a factual basis as well, Mr. Storr?
I would, Your Honor.
All right, I will review that quickly. July 22nd, 2022, there was a dispatch to emergency communications of a horse that had gotten trapped underneath a fence and had died. The officer went to the residence that appeared to have been vacant for some time. Palomino breed Mustang Bert was deceased under the corral fence. Holes dug into the dirt beneath Bert's hooves. Hair and skin from his neck snagged on a barbed wire fence, head and neck, and so forth. Rib cage caught on the lowest board, trapping him. He appeared to have struggled to free himself, using both his head and hooves. No food in the corral, very small amount of water in the corral. Temperatures the past weeks have been around 100 or higher. The metal stock tank had green with brown and white algae and debris, no fresh water. Strong smell of putrefaction and decomposition. Maggots, both inside and outside the horse's body. And so forth. Okay. And they looked for the other two horses. Neighbors hadn't seen anyone caring for the horses in a while. The question to Natalie McTaggart. And apparently the party's Mr. Petz was supposed to be the one taking care of the horses, according to his wife or ex-wife. All right, I find that there is a factual basis to support the charge and the no contest plea, and I do find the defendant guilty of the charge of cruelty to animals. A Class A non-person misdemeanor. I talked about Bert, but Ernie was also involved in another horse that was covered in the affidavit. Okay, I will follow the plea agreement, Mr. McTaggart, and there will not be a fine, but you are ordered to pay restitution to the Butler County Sheriff's Office of $2,881.50. Where do you work when you're not in custody, sir?
I'm at this point, I don't have a job anymore because I'm over here. So I'm retired military. So I have a retirement and that's it until I get back home and find a job.
All right. And you've been in custody since how long?
Since April.
Of this year?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to waive your court-appointed attorney fees, but you do have to pay and your fines, but you do have to pay that restitution, court costs, and supervision fee. Your sentence. I will go with your plea agreement with 6 months, but frankly, the facts behind that charge make me want to go with a year, but your sentence will be 6 months. Well, how much time have you served?
3 months. I've been here since April.
And Judge, just for the court's information, this is a case where he spent substantial time in Missouri jail also before being transferred here to Butler County. He is currently on probation in Missouri, and that's where he does plan to reside.
What's he what's he being supervised in Missouri for? What charge?
I don't have that information, Judge.
I'm in a recovery court program. I get a DUI.
Well, I'm thinking maximum 12 months. Plea agreement is 6 months. I'm going to give you 9 months, 9-month sentence, which. And how much probation time do you have left in Missouri?
It's an 18-month program.
I'll give you a 12-month probation reporting, and that can be transferred to the other state if they need to. Did you get the DUI first or this charge?
Discharge. Okay. I got the DUIs in July of 2024.
Okay. While you're on bond in this case. All right. All standard conditions will apply. Contact the probation department here as soon as you get out of custody. You are entitled to credit for time served on this case, not the Missouri case, but on this case. And we're to have no livestock, animals, anything of that sort. as a condition of probation. Comply with the other probation you're on. Anything else, Mr. Storr, that we need to do to order?
I don't believe so.
All right, Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, Mr. McTaggart, anything further?
No, ma'am.
All right, then you are excused on this case and will be in recess. You're returned to the custody of the sheriff.
And Judge, can we do the Cody Rector case next?
Sure, is he in custody?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Cody Rector.
There he is.
We're on the record in BU 2024 TR 3232, State of Kansas versus Cody Austin Record. Please, Rector, please announce appearances.
Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson, appearing on behalf of Cody Rector. Mr. Rector does appear personally from Butler County Detention Facility. Judge, there is one charge in this case. I would announce at this time that pursuant to plea negotiations, my client will be entering plea of guilty to that charge.
So was the insurance dismissed per proof?
Well, I was looking at the information, unless there's a second information, then I guess it was not filed by the state.
That means he must have gotten them proof. I see that as well, Mr. Patterson. All right, so Mr. Rector, you're here on one count of driving while declared an habitual violator on September 5th, 2024 in Butler County. How do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
By pleading no contest, you don't want to admit the charge, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial either?
Yes.
Is anyone making you enter this plea of no contest today by any threats or promises other than your plea agreement?
No.
And you understand that even though you're not admitting the charge, this plea will still probably cause you to be found guilty?
Yes.
And we'll proceed with sentencing. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you in fact were guilty of driving while your license was revoked for habitual violator status?
Yes.
So on September 5th, 2024, you admit that you did drive without a valid license because it was revoked?
Yes.
All right, and that was here in Butler County?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will accept your plea as knowingly and voluntarily entered and find you guilty. Recommendations for sentencing, counsel?
Judge, that would be for a $200 fine, court costs, for the court to determine attorney fees, any probation fee, an 8-month controlling sentence, 1-year probation. I believe that's all.
And that apparently is a reporting probation.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Judge would ask court to adopt the recommendations.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rector. What kind of work do you do when you're not in custody?
Maintenance.
And will you be able to go back to that job when you get out, or do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You will be able to?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Rector, at this time, you're fined $200, ordered to pay 108 court costs, 250 attorney fees, and $60 supervision fee. You're given a 8-month sentence with credit for time served. The remainder will be suspended for a 1-year probationary period. If you successfully complete your probation, you will not have to serve any more jail. Probation requires all standard conditions and payment of fines and costs. I'm going to order that you pay at the rate of 1/12 per month. First payment will be due August 6th of 2026, and 1/12 will be due on the 6th day of each month thereafter until paid in full. Probation does have discretion to modify that as necessary. And you must call probation or go to see them as soon as you get out of custody. Any questions about any of that?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Storr, anything I maybe overlooked or misstated?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, then those are the orders, and Mr. Rector is released from today's hearing, but remanded to the custody of the sheriff to follow up any other obligations he has to be discharged and start his probation. In other words, you may go back with the sheriff at this time. And are there any more in custody, Deputy? On today's docket?
Judge, there is one more that's Michael Paps. And
Okay.
if we begin that case, I would need to do a breakout room with the prosecutor and Ms. Tronis.
All right, why don't we go ahead and give them the breakout room, Jennifer? So it's Darren Patterson, Ms. Taronis, the probation officer, and Mr. Storr.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. We'll be right with you, Mr. Paps. The attorneys are going to meet for a moment with your probation officer.
Okay.
I think I said the wrong person. I think I said the defendant's name instead of the probation officer, but I think you know who I meant.
It was Darren Patterson, Cole Storr, and Marcy Taronis, correct?
Correct. We did with that. All right, we still have a prosecutor on here. Deputy, do you want to take someone up that isn't Mr. Patterson?
I have Lasagna Vaughn. She's pro se.
All right, we are on the record in 2026 TR 56, State of Kansas versus Lasagna May Vaughn. State appearing by Joseph Baca, Miss Vaughn appearing in person and pro se. Miss Vaughn, are you not going to have an attorney represent you?
No, ma'am. I was just here. You told me to get have my driver's license, and so I got it. I finally got my birth certificate and my social security card, and I got it. So.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember telling you that. I don't generally serve as counsel, but
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know. You told me just to yeah, you said get my license next time you see me. So I was like,
I wonder if that could that have been. I don't think I've ever seen you because April 1st, it says you failed to appear before me. April 20th, you appeared before Judge Satterfield and entered a plea of guilty.
yes,
that was your mind. And the court advised that between April 20th and the next court date, you would either need to retain or apply for a court-appointed attorney. And she set it on my docket for today, July 6th. So I don't think I would have told you that. I don't know who you thought told you that, but
it was a different judge, ma'am. It was another lady.
So it wasn't me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you going to do with this case? Judge Satterfield told you to decide what you're going to do about an attorney. Are you going to have an attorney?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It was driving on expired license originally. That was a whole
issue. All right, well, hold on. Are you going to hire an attorney?
No. No,
are you going to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you going to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself?
Yes.
All right, the deputy will have a waiver for you to sign. Read it over, and if you agree with it, sign that waiver.
Write your name there, read that, sign there.
All right.
All right. Read and sign, Judge.
All right, I will have the record reflect in both the journal entry and the docket notes that you've signed your waiver to counsel or waiver for counsel, and that you're going to proceed on your representing yourself You are charged in count one, operating a motor vehicle without a valid license on December 30th of 2025. You're also charged with failing to check for safe passage before passing from single lane. The first charge is a B misdemeanor. The second charge is an infraction. That's all been explained to you at least once, if not more. So I would remind you, you do have the right to a trial or to plead guilty or plead no contest. How do you wish to plead to count one?
Guilty.
You wish to admit that you're operating a motor vehicle without a valid license on
Yes.
December 30th of 2025 in Butler County?
Yes, ma'am, it was expired.
All right, and how do you wish to plead to failing to check for safe passage before passing from a single lane?
I didn't know that was a,
You can plead not guilty and set it for trial. You can plead guilty and admit it, or you can plead no contest, neither admitting or denying it, but you'd still be most likely found guilty.
okay, no contest is fine. I didn't. That's
All right, so for count two, you don't want to admit it, but you don't want to deny it.
I didn't know it was. Yes, yeah, I didn't know that was an issue. I hadn't heard that one, so, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And Your Honor?
Yes. Mr. Buck.
Just to inform the court, the state is willing, if the defendant is still willing to enter a guilty or no contest plea on that count one, state would be willing to dismiss count two.
All right. You still want to admit or plead guilty to operating a motor vehicle without a valid license?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then, and the state's willing to dismiss count two, so we'll focus on count one. Anyone making you enter this plea today by any threats or promises other than maybe a plea agreement offer?
No, no, ma'am.
You understand you do have the right to trial, but you're giving that up with this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't want to take this charge to trial?
No, ma'am.
And you wanted to plead guilty to this one?
Yes, and my license was expired at the time.
Okay, so you are admitting that. Okay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will find that you're freely and voluntarily entering the plea of guilty to count one and find you guilty of count one. Count two is dismissed by the state. And recommendations for sentencing, Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would recommend a $100 fine, 120 days jail suspended. State would recommend 6 months of a non-reporting probation and pay court costs.
Okay. Anything further, Miss Vaughn, before I pronounce your sentence?
That will be it. If no, that's it. That's
all right. Your fine is $100. Your court costs are $108. How much time do you need to pay $208?
I can pay it. I can pay it by Friday. I get my check, so I can pay it this Friday. The 200. It was
208.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 30 days to pay. Stop by the clerk's office when you leave today and they'll tell you how you can pay that. I give you 30 days because we may need to get the journal entry in unless you pay in person. All right, you're going to have a 120-day jail sentence. I will suspend that and you will not have to go to jail for 120 days unless you violate the 6-month non-reporting probation that I'm also giving you. The conditions to not violate probation: 1, don't violate any laws for the next 6 months. 2, pay within 30 days. And has she had her picture and prints taken, Deputy?
No, I don't believe so.
Judge, I am showing that there was a bond filed April 29th, executed on April 22nd, I believe.
Okay, it looks like you did have a professional surety bond after you failed to appear. So, Deputy, please follow up on that. Make sure you do that we have the right information in file, but it looks like she did. If she didn't, I'm ordering that she get it done, but you have to, at this time, violate no laws for 6 months and pay within 30 days. Do you understand that? Have any questions about it?
No, ma'am. So what is the bond mean? What does that mean?
Well, if you haven't had your picture and prints taken, you're going to have to get them done as a condition of your probation. But I think you have had it done.
Yes, I've had, yes.
Okay, all right. If there's nothing further, we'll be in recess on Miss Vaughn.
Judge, we're ready for the last case in custody.
And remind me who that is.
That is Michael Paps.
Yes, thank you. We are on the record. If he's back, there he is. BU 2024 CR 431, State of Kansas versus Michael Lynn Paps. Please announce appearances.
Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of Michael Paps. Mr. Paps does appear personally via Zoom audiovisual from the Butler County Jail. Judge, this is a warrant to show cause. I would announce at this time that Mr. Paps will be waiving hearing. He will be stipulating to the violations of his probation.
Mr. Paps, you understand you are entitled to have a hearing and make your probation officer testify to these alleged violations?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to have that hearing and that testimony, or do you stipulate or agree that you violated?
I agree.
Okay, you don't want to have the hearing?
No.
All right. Is anyone making you give up your right to a hearing?
No, ma'am.
And you understand that if you are found in violation of your probation, it could be revoked or any of a number of other options?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do that makes you in violation of your probation, sir?
Failed to appear.
Failed to appear in court or failed to report to your probation officer as ordered?
A report, sorry.
How many times did you fail to report?
Just once, that when the initial I showed up once, but I failed to appear the second time.
How many did you appear for?
One.
And did you talk to your probation officer that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she tell you to come back?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you?
No, ma'am.
All right. And how are you doing on payments? Have you paid everything that you were ordered to pay?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I was before I got locked up here in Butler County, I was actually in Oklahoma jail.
So you were ordered not to violate any laws, but you had contact with law enforcement in another state?
Yes, ma'am.
How did that work out?
I'm on probation there in Oklahoma for I think a year.
Did you notify your probation officer up here of the contact you had down there?
No, ma'am.
So that would be yet another violation of your probation? Would you agree?
Yes.
And there's also an allegation that you may have had a positive UA for methamphetamines. Would you agree with that?
The first UA, I think it was that, and there was something else in it, but the other substance that was in my UA, I mean, it showed up in there, but there was, I mean, I don't know. Yes.
You were ordered by the court to have a drug and alcohol evaluation scheduled within 14 days of sentencing. Not expected to be in and get your evaluation within 14 days, but to pick up the phone and schedule an evaluation. Did you call the evaluation people within 14 days and get an appointment?
No.
So that's another violation, right? Is that right? That's another violation of probation?
I guess, yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to find that you are in violation of your probation. Now, recommendations, Mr. Storr, on what I should do about these violations, I should say.
Well, Judge, it doesn't seem like Mr. Paps is doing very well on probation here in Butler County. He is on higher intensity probation down in Oklahoma. It's my understanding he's been in custody since November 26th of 25. And he was moved over here to Butler County in May. So he has about 50 days of jail credit. I was speaking with Mr. Patterson and probation. And I guess what we're going to recommend is that we terminate his probation here, give him credit for time served, and that we send all his fines and costs and fees to collections, and let Oklahoma take care of him.
Mr. Paps, when was the last time you were back here to Kansas voluntarily?
I can't I mean, it was right after I got out of Oklahoma jail.
And the only time you came back was because of probation in this case?
That's the only time I came back was when I got released from Oklahoma.
Was it to turn yourself in, or was it because you had family and friends here you wanted to see?
That family, yes. Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to come back to Kansas from time to time to see this family?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Patterson, your recommendations?
Judge, this is a case where he was in the jail in Oklahoma. It appears from my research that he was in jail there from about November 26, 2025 until May 19, 2026, when he then was released onto felony probation in Oklahoma, where he remains on felony probation in Oklahoma. That he came back here, was arrested on this warrant to show cause, and has approximately 50 days credit since getting back here to Kansas, that he's been in Butler County Jail. Judge, we'd ask the court to give credit for time served, close this case, and let Oklahoma supervise him. I think probation is in agreement with these recommendations. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you say Elk Jail and mean Greenwood, or is he in trouble down in Elk County too?
No. If I misspoke, Judge, Oklahoma.
Oh, maybe I heard that as Elk. Okay, that's probably what happened. All right. Well, Mr. Paps, I don't want to see you back in court in Kansas again.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't. So he's been in jail how many days? Did you say 50 some, Mr. Patterson, on this case?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
I can tell the court specifically, Your Honor, the jail sheet shows that he went into custody May 19.
Of what year?
2026, which would have been after he was released on probation from Oklahoma.
All right, Mr. Paps, I am going to modify your sentence to credit to the number of days you've served and give you credit for time served, costs and fees and money owed to collections, and I will close this case per plea agreement, but you better not get into more trouble.
Thank you, ma'am.
And then back to Oklahoma to take care of your felony probation down there and all those requirements.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Nothing further. You're welcome. You're remanded to the sheriff. Anyone else in custody that we need to take up, Mr. Patterson?
No, Your Honor.
Deputy Caulfield, who do you have sitting there?
Michael Moses.
Michael Moses. Are we ready on Michael Moses?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in BU 2024 TR 2036, State of Kansas versus Michael Lynn Moses. Please announce appearances.
Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson, I appear on behalf of Michael Moses. Mr. Moses does appear from Courthouse Security 1 video station. Judge, this is a case where I've had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Moses this morning. Based upon that, there is additional information I need to obtain from him. I'm asking the court to grant a continuance.
Mr. Storr, your position on this request for continuance?
No objection, Judge.
All right, this will be continued at the defendant's request. Defendant will be ordered to reappear next at 8 a.m. on what Monday will that be, Jennifer?
September 21st, Your Honor.
September 21st, 8 a.m. You must be back here, Mr. Moses. You can appear by Zoom, but if you need to come to the courthouse to make sure I can see and hear you, then I'd suggest you do that. All right, if there's nothing further, stay in touch with Mr. Patterson. Make sure he can reach you when he needs to.
children still.
If there's nothing further from either party, we'll be in recess. Mr. Moses is excused.
Good. Yep. Okay. Next one I have coming up is Richard Paul. Paul with the P.
And Judge, on that case, you should have received drug and alcohol evaluation in your email this morning.
I do have that. We are on the record in 2025 TR 845, State of Kansas versus Richard Howell Paul III. Gentlemen, I don't remember if you announced appearances, but if you did, would you do so again, please?
Whole store for the state, Judge.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson, appear on behalf of Richard Paul. Mr. Paul does appear from Courthouse Security 1 video station. Judge, I would announce this time that Mr. Paul will be entering a plea of guilty to DUI. State's agreed to dismiss the remaining charge.
Mr. Store, that is your agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Paul, that's your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to count one, driving under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or a combination of the same?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You're pleading guilty or no contest? I mean, it makes me no difference. I just want to make sure. Guilty? So you are admitting, is that right, Mr. Patterson? Is that what you told me?
Pleading guilty, Judge.
Guilty, all right. So, Mr. Paul, are you admitting that on February 22nd, 2025, in Butler County, you did operate or attempt to operate a motor vehicle while your alcohol concentration in your blood or breath was 0.08 or more, to wit 0.103?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're saying that's what you did do to make you guilty?
Yes.
Is anyone making you enter this plea of guilty by any threat or promise other than the plea agreement?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that with this plea, you're giving up your right to a trial and will be found guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will find that you know what you're doing and you're doing it voluntarily and that you have provided the basis for it. So I find you guilty of count 1, DUI, and dismiss any remaining charges on motion of the state for plea agreement. I understand that's failure to have 2 headlamps, one on each side of the front of a motor vehicle. And I do have that alcohol and drug evaluation your counsel referred to. Just need to open that. Preview file. Addiction Recovery Counseling Services, LLC from Augusta, Kansas. Nancy Chavez, date of assessment 7/2/26. She goes into alcohol and cannabis use, etc. Talks about the other drugs and the denial of use of them. No treatment history. Recommendation based on interview and screening tool results that you abstain from all chemical use and complete the 48-hour ASAP program or equivalent. And should Mr. Paul experience any further issues related to substance use, a treatment program should be considered. All right, so recommendations, Mr. Store, for sentencing.
Yes, Judge. That would be for the minimum fine of $750, court costs, a 6-month controlling sentence with 1 year probation, for the court to determine attorney's fees. That probation fee for him to follow the evaluation, and DUI victim impact panel.
Anything further, Mr. Patterson?
No, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Paul, here is your sentence. You're going to have to pay $750 in fines, $108 in court costs, $60 supervision fee. And where do you work when you're not in custody or in trouble with the court?
I work at the bowling alley in Augusta.
Part-time, full-time?
full-time.
What do you make per month?
About, I believe, $1,500.
Married or single?
Single.
Minor children?
No.
All right, I'm in order that you pay $250 of your court-appointed attorney fees. You'll pay at the rate of 1/12 per month, first payment due August 6th, and then 1/12 due the 6th of each month until paid in full. Your jail sentence is 6 months, credit for any time you've already served. If you do not want to pay the balance or serve the balance of the 6 months, you must successfully complete a 1-year reporting probation. Go down to probation and report as soon as this hearing is over, and then report as they direct you to, and follow all standard conditions that they will go over with you, as well as the special conditions that you complete a DUI victim impact panel, and that you comply with the recommendations in your evaluation that was signed, it looks like by Diane Briggs, July 2nd, 26, although I thought it said Nancy Chavez did the evaluation. But in any event, you are to complete the 48-hour ASAP program or equivalent. And if you have any further issues related to substance use, a treatment program should be considered. Of course, one of the standard conditions is that you abstain from all alcohol and illegal drugs in any place where those things are available. Do you have any questions, Mr. Paul?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then you may go to the probation office as soon as we're done, unless Mr. Storr, Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
No, Judge. Thank you.
All right, then Mr. Paul is excused.
Valentina.
Judge, I see we had an attorney show up. I don't know if you can take up that case, John Kitchen.
Thank you. Mr. Kitchen, you want to, I think I called your case a while ago, or what did we do with that?
You did, Judge. My apologies to the court, to the state, and to my client. I had an earlier court date, or excuse me, earlier court time. Unfortunately, it was one of those situations that things kept happening unexpectedly, so that's why I was late. And that's all. I think the court understands what happens occasionally.
Yeah, it does happen from time to time. So we are back on the record in BU 2026 TR 210, State of Kansas versus Jamie Deanne Turnquist. Please announce appearances.
Cole Storr for the state.
May it please the court, John Kitchen appearing by Zoom video. And I believe Ms. Turnquist was here because I got a message that she was waiting for me to arrive virtually.
Yes,
Your Honor.
She
Okay.
is here via Zoom from a separate location on one count of driving under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or combination thereof on January 11th, 2026. How does she wish to proceed, Mr. Kitchen?
Judge, on Friday, June 26th, which was the Friday before the 4th of July holiday weekend, I received notice from the state that my client's not eligible for diversion. When I spoke with the prosecutor about it, I informed him that there was an issue with the breath test video. What I was provided from the state was body camera, but the tail end of the video was, without a better word, was corrupted. And so I did ask the prosecutor, could we get a better copy of the tape that has the entire observation period and breath test, or a copy of the video from the room that the breath test was taken of, so we can see everything that happened. And, so in order for the state to have time to procure that video, which I've not received, and I don't know where the state is in looking in that, we'd ask for continuance.
All right. When is my next date? Is it September 21st, Jennifer? Is that my next available? No, that doesn't look right. Jennifer, when's my next available date if we continue this?
September 21st.
September 21st. All right. Does that date work for you, Mr. Kitchen?
Judge, I'm checking my calendar right now, but my computer is slow, so one second.
I understand that too.
At what time on the 21st, Judge? Same time?
9 a.m. docket. Yeah.
Okay. I've got to appear in person in Shawnee County, but I think I can find a McDonald's or someplace to do it.
Okay. Yeah, we get them even from their cars, as long as they're not moving, as long as you pull over
Oh,
safely.
absolutely, Judge. But I know that there's a McDonald's down the street from the Shawnee Courthouse, so I'll just drive down to that Shawnee.
And you might find a corner in Shawnee to work from, so it's, yes, we'll work with you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Turnquist, any reason why you couldn't be here by Zoom again September 21st at 9?
No, Your Honor, that works for me.
Very well. This is continued. Any objection, Mr. Storer, I should ask?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. This is continued at the defendant's request to September 21st at 9 a.m. And the defendant will be continued on the $1,500 surety bond posted January 11, 26, with the added condition that she reappear with counsel ready to proceed at that time. And if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess. Ms. Turnquist is excused. Mr. Kitchen, you're accused. You are excused unless you have anyone else on the docket.
No, that's it, Judge. And I'm sorry, did you need Ms. Turnquist here for that hearing or not, since it's a misdemeanor?
I want her to be here, yes, thank you.
Very good, Judge. Just want to make
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too, thank you so much. All right, Deputy, who do you have?
I have Emilio Valentin.
And Judge, before we start that one, I would need a very brief breakout room, Mr. Store.
Okay. I think do you pronounce that Valentine?
Yeah, it's Emilio Valentine, but
Yeah, but you hear yeah. Without that E on it, we tend to want to pronounce it differently. All right, so breakout room for Darren Patterson and Mr. Store?
Yes,
is that
please.
who you said? Okay.
Hey, Darren.
Yes.
Just to let you know, we had a latecomer show up, which is one of yours. It's Brian Davenport. I don't know. I know you haven't spoke to him today.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Baca, you want to take up some of the others while they're in a breakout room? How about Sarah Boston, pro se? On the record in 2026 CR 128, State of Kansas versus Sarah F. Boston, Joseph Baca for the state. Miss Boston, are you here? Sarah Boston. Sarah Boston is on the docket for possession of marijuana, paraphernalia, and expired tag dating back to April 4th of 26, not very long ago. But she did have first appearance April 8th, said she'd retain her own attorney, and we set the matter over after she pled not guilty to July 6th at 9 a.m. and it is now 10:37. Looks like she fails to appear. Clerk Jennifer, you haven't seen or heard from Miss Sarah Boston today by chance?
No, Your Honor, and I do not have anyone in the waiting.
All right, she fails to appear after being personally told to be here, counsel. And it looks like she had a $5,000 surety bond posted April 4th of 26. So recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor, that is what I see as well. Based on the non-appearance today and the charges, state would recommend request a bond forfeiture bench warrant. The court's looking to the state for a recommended amount, recommend 10,000 cash or surety.
Thank you. The state's recommendations are made the orders of the court. Due to the failure to appear, there is ordered a bond forfeiture, a bench warrant, new bond set, $10,000, cash or professional surety required. Mr. Patterson, are you back and ready to go already?
Yes, Your Honor. Very
All
quick.
right. Remind me who this is?
Your Honor, this is Emilio Valentine.
That's right. On the record in BU 2025 TR 1302, State of Kansas versus Emilio Valentine. Please announce appearances.
Cole Store for the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of Emilio Valentine, who does appear personally via Zoom audio visual from Courthouse Security 1. Judge would announce this time, Mr. Valentine will enter a plea of guilty to the charge driving while suspended after previous conviction for driving on a suspended.
Mr. Valentine, how do you plead to count one, driving while suspended after being previously convicted for driving while suspended?
Guilty, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, you're admitting that you did drive while your license was suspended?
Correct.
Is anyone making you enter this plea today?
No, Your Honor.
So are you pleading guilty because you believe you did drive while your license was suspended on June 10th, 2025 in Butler County?
Correct.
And then that's after you'd been convicted February 4th of 2025 in Mulvane Municipal Court for driving while suspended?
Correct.
We understand that with this plea of guilty, you're admitting the charge and giving up your right to trial?
Correct.
Understand you will most likely be found guilty and unable to appeal your conviction?
Correct.
Okay, and your license was suspended when you were driving June 10th, 25?
Correct.
Do you remember where in Butler County you were at the time? What highway or roadway?
Yes.
Which one was it?
I was on the interstate in Andover, right there by the YMCA. I'm not for sure which
Maybe highway.
specific interstate.
So were you coming out of Kellogg in Wichita?
I was already in Andover. So
US
yeah, I was.
54 highway, maybe at milepost 227 east, according to the citation.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. Headed east?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I find jurisdiction and I accept your plea and find you guilty. Recommendation for sentencing?
Yes, Judge. State would recommend a $100 fine, 6 months jail, suspended for a year of non-reporting probation. And then I believe there's a mandatory 5 days jail or 10 days house arrest, and the state would recommend the house arrest and court costs.
Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Judge, would ask court to adopt the recommendations. I am court appointed in this case.
Thank you. Mr. Valentine, where do you work?
Right now I'm working with my father in Wichita. We actually sell used vehicles and we have tow trucks as well. Obviously, I'm not have a license or anything like that, so I usually just stay with my father if I'm moving or at the business location.
Do you provide room and board? You live with him?
Yeah, he helps me.
All right. At this time, I fine you $100, order you to pay $108 court costs, $60 supervision fee. I waive your attorney fees. How long will it take you, do you think, to pay $168 total? No?
Not long. I mean, I get paid with my father. I get paid every Friday. So
30 days would be enough?
yeah, we'll get that handled. No, that's no problem.
Did I say something wrong there, Deputy Caulfield? I thought I saw a reaction.
Was this going to be reporting probation?
It is. Did I say the $60? If I didn't, I meant to.
Yeah, you said it.
So it's reporting, not non-reporting, because I heard non-reporting as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be for 6 months sentence. And if you don't want to serve the 6 months, you're going to have a 1 year. Counsel, did you recommend non-reporting?
I did, Judge.
All right, I'll go with your plea agreement, make it non-reporting, which means that saves you $60.
Thank you.
But your probation can be revoked anywhere between now and a year if you violate it. And if you violate and get revoked, you can serve 6 months in jail. So make sure you understand what the conditions are so you don't get revoked and go to jail. Condition 1 is violate no laws while you're on probation for up to a year, violate no laws, and pay all that within 30 days. And again, that's a $100 fine and 108 court costs. And I think I said attorney fees, right? Or did I waive those? I waived those. Okay.
You waived it. Yeah.
All right. So stop by the clerk's office on your way out and they'll tell you how you can make those payments. Because if you don't pay or if you violate the law, you could end up getting your probation revoked and go to jail for a while.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. There's nothing further.
Judge,
Yes.
I do want to make sure he has a phone number for electronic monitoring and he contacts them today also.
Oh. Yes, I didn't address that. That is ordered. He wants to do 10 days house arrest, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay, start within a week. Go ahead, Mr. Patterson.
And Judge, we'd ask the court to allow work release with that also.
Up to 40 hours a week. I don't want dad to just say, oh, you can go run around and sit in the truck or for 80 hours and the house arrest with work release up to 40 hours a week. Go ahead, Mr. Patterson. You want to give him a phone number?
Yes, that phone number is 322-0021. Make sure and call them. Make sure you're hooked up on that no later than 1 week from today.
Okay.
And Judge, could we ask that the journal entry also reflect these 10 days house arrest work release? He's going to use 13th judicial electronic monitoring. Also put in journal entry that they should file the completion certificate with the clerk or send it to me. I'll get it filed.
Sure, that'd be fine.
Thank you, Judge. Nothing further.
You are welcome. All right. Does he need to be processed, Deputy?
You were arrested.
No, yeah, actually
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
We're good.
we're showing he is already processed.
Yeah.
All right. Then he may go to talk to the clerk and probation office.
Well,
No,
I had-
just the clerk, just the clerk.
Okay, thank you guys.
And we have one more. Brian Davenport, but I don't know if Mr. Patterson needs to speak with him first or.
Judge, I'm ready to proceed on that actually.
All right. Bring him in. We are on the record in BU 2021 TR 855, State of Kansas versus Byron Eugene Davenport. Please announce your answers.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appearing on behalf of Brian Davenport. Mr. Davenport does appear personally via Zoom audiovisual from Courthouse Security 1. Judge, this is a case where there is a pending motion to dismiss pursuant to a Haynes violation. It was filed April 13.
Mr. Baca, response? Or Mr. Storr, I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, Your Honor, I will be appearing on this. I do have a copy of the motion. I am reviewing that. I can tell the court the state doesn't have a response or anything further to present on that motion and just leave it in the court's discretion.
All right, so we're here on a motion to revoke probation. And you filed a Haynes motion, is that right, Mr. Patterson?
I did, Your Honor.
Well, we probably ought to set that for hearing to give you time, Mr. Baca. Go ahead, Mr. Patterson.
It was set over from April 13 for the state to review that. I think the announcement is they haven't filed any responses, don't plan to. So I think it's right for the court to make a final ruling that this is pursuant to case law, a violation of the Haynes cases and dismiss.
And you don't take a position on it, Mr. Baca?
I do not, Your Honor. We have had time to review that.
All right. Chastity Altus, you're the probation officer. Do you have anything to say on this matter? You don't have to. I'm just offering you the chance.
I do not, Your Honor. Thank you.
When was the last time you saw this guy, out of curiosity?
Actually, he was sentenced to probation back in September of 23. I've acquired this case. His probation officer was somebody else, and he reported, it looks like, one time in September, and then absconded after that. Since then, I do have notes in the file that he did complete his 10 days house arrest. And as of April of this year, he did pay off his balance.
Did you ever get your driver's license, Mr. Davenport?
I'm eligible to get it Friday.
Well, I'm going to grant the motion to dismiss by your attorney, but if you go around driving without a license, you're just gonna be back in trouble again. So make sure you follow through.
I'm not gonna have no more problems. I'm going Friday to get my license. That's when I got it set up in Cedric County to get it.
Okay, you've got somebody transporting you in the meantime?
Yes,
All right, you may go, sir. Case is closed.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I have nobody else on the docket today. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Miss Olson. You are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Patterson, do you want to name someone else?
Judge, we can start at the top if you want.
That'll be fine. On the record in BU 2026 TR 169, State of Kansas versus Isidoro Berbert Alvarez. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appearing on behalf of Isidro Alvarez, who does appear via Zoom audio visual. Isidro, you need to start your video, please. Unmute. Isidro Alvarez. There we are.
Now turn on your microphone so I can hear you.
Isidro, unmute, please. There you go.
All right, Mr. Patterson, for the defendant, how does he wish to proceed?
Your Honor, I would announce at this time that pursuant to plea negotiations, Mr. Alvarez will be entering a plea of guilty to count 1, not having a valid driver's license, and the second alternative of count.
Just a minute. Turn him back on. What did you pass out?
Okay, I'm trying.
And who are you? Are you his mother?
I'm his mom.
What did he pass out there or start to? What happened? It looked like you had to catch him.
Oh, he's been asleep while he's waiting because I woke him up to get on court.
How old is he?
He's 14.
All right, Mr. Alvarez, I need to see you.
Come on, she has to see you. She has to talk to you.
I'm right here. She's been seeing me.
Don't do this to her.
All right, Mr. Alvarez, let me tell you something about the law. The law says, even though you're 14, if you're going to take on the adult activity of driving, you're going to be held to the standards of an adult. You are in adult court today. You need to act like an adult. You're not to have your mother have to keep waking you up or propping you up because you get bored with this hearing. A lot of adults, now stop that. I'm going to find you in contempt of court and put you in detention if you don't pull yourself together here.
She's going to put you in detention. She just said it. Now sit up.
That's what she just said. That's what I just said. I don't think you're taking this seriously enough. Now, there's a lot of adults on here. They've been on here every bit as long as you are, myself included. And we don't have the luxury of just sitting there and falling asleep because we're bored. And you don't either. Now, let's get to business. You have an attorney, Mr. Patterson, appointed. Have you talked to Mr. Patterson?
Yeah, if you talk to Darren Patterson.
Yes, I've talked to Darren Patterson. I
Are
talked to him.
you under the influence of some kind of drug or chemical or substance?
No, I'm not.
All right. Well, the way you're acting with your drowsiness and the way you slurred Mr. Patterson's name, it makes me wonder. What's mother's name?
You said what?
What is your mother's name?
Lila
Lila what?
Alvarez.
Miss Alvarez, is he under the influence of any substance to your knowledge?
No, he's not. I actually give him random UAs because of past, and he's passed his UA. It's just, he went out last night to an uncle's house and hauled hay. So he's tired.
Didn't stay up shooting fireworks, eh? He was hauling hay?
Yes, he was hauling hay.
What kind of hay? The little square bales or the big round ones?
It's the square bells.
The little old-fashioned ones?
Yes.
All right. Well, Mr. Alvarez, you're still going to have to sit up or I'm going to order that you appear in person before me in a courtroom of law.
There you go.
All right, you are charged with operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. That is a Class B misdemeanor, non-person misdemeanor crime. If you were found guilty as an adult, you could serve up to 6 months in the county jail and pay a $1,000 fine. As a juvenile, you can serve time in a detention facility and still pay a $1,000 fine. In count 2, you're accused of unlawfully driving a motor vehicle, to wit, a 2005 GMC Sierra at East 6th Street in El Dorado, Kansas, which was involved in an accident
And
or a
Judge,
crash.
and I apologize, Judge, but that counts being dismissed pursuant to negotiations.
But it hadn't been dismissed yet, has it?
The state is agreeing to dismiss it as a part of my client pleading guilty to count 2.
Well, I think with the way this young man's acting, he needs to understand, and I'm sure you've told him, but that charge is called leaving the scene of an accident. It's alleged that you hit a utility pole while driving without a license, and that you didn't notify the nearest officer or police authority without undue delay, and that you didn't leave your address, vehicle registration number securely attached to a conspicuous place. This is a misdemeanor as well. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have a good attorney to get you a plea agreement, then it sounds like you do have that charge going away, but you're still looking at that B misdemeanor in count 1. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
How do you plead to this charge? No valid driver's license.
No contest.
What do you mean by no contest?
That means you're pleading guilty. You're guilty. You're
Not,
not.
Mother, unless your legal attorney authorized as his attorney. I wanted to see if he paid attention to Mr. Patterson.
Okay.
That's what Mr. Patterson told me to say.
He just told you to say no contest. He didn't tell you what it meant.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. So you don't know what you're doing by pleading no contest?
No.
All right, I'm gonna put you back in the breakout room with your attorney. But I've watched Darren Patterson practice law for decades, and I think he probably told you what that meant. But maybe you were sleeping while he was telling you that. So, Mr. Patterson, try again. Please go in a breakout room with your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Alvarez, make sure he clicks on that when the
Okay.
screen offers. Thank you.
Yep.
In the meantime, we'll be on the record in Coberly, BU 2024 TR77, State of Kansas versus Shelley J. Coberly. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Baca appearing for the state.
Ms. Coberly, are you here? Shelley J. Coberly. Have you seen her on the docket? Did she have a diversion agreement filed, Mr. Baca? Can we take her off the docket? No, this is a motion to revoke that diversion, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. I am just double checking our service for today's hearing. It does look like we filed a return of service that has a file stamp date of May 14th. And we did certified mail that I believe was completed service for today's hearing. So based on that, and if she continues not to appear, state's request would just be to revoke diversion and then have this set for a trial on stipulated facts.
I do see we've met on 3 different occasions trying to get service to her and have this hearing. At this time, the motion to revoke diversion is granted by default. We will set this for trial on stipulated facts, and the defendant will be given notice of that date. Do we want to do that September 21st, or we want to put that on a Wednesday? Any recommendations, Mr. Baca? You want to put that on Wednesday traffic, or do you want to just put it back on a Monday and maybe she'll have an attorney, maybe she won't.
Judge, I'd honestly be fine for other. I think based on the charges, there are all traffic charges. I'd be fine with a Wednesday traffic.
Jennifer, what looks better to you, a Monday or a Wednesday for a motion or a trial on stipulated facts?
One moment, Your Honor. Let me look at your Wednesday dockets.
Okay.
Looks like we could do July 29th.
Is that a Wednesday?
Yes.
All right, July 29th at 9 a.m. will be the trial on stipulated facts notice to defendant. Anything further, Mr. Baca, on this matter?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Very well, then we'll be in recess on that matter. We'll now take up Ivy on the record in BU 2025 TR 2131, State of Kansas versus Azalea Jadis Ivy. Please announce appearances.
I'm here.
Oh, Joseph Baca for the state.
And Miss Ivy appears in person and pro se. Miss Ivy, can you face the, okay, yeah, if you could keep facing the camera and maybe lower it a little bit so we can see your face.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Hold on, boys. I don't know where to set this thing. Go in there for a second, please. Go in there for a second, please.
All right, Miss Ivy appears in person and pro se is your bondsman here. I believe this was set over today at the request of Bondsman Kirkman from the May or April 13th, 2026 hearing. It was set over at the request of the bondsman for today because he was going to bring the defendant into custody. Has she ever been brought into custody?
Nobody can fucking help me at all. Mom, come get the boys.
Your Honor, I think I can answer. While it doesn't have a file stamp date, I do have a copy of a bond. Does look like it was executed April 22nd. And that does appear to be after her last court date where she had failed to appear. She executed that bond in the amount of $2,000, which was what the bond was set when she failed to appear in December.
But that was a new bond. We still had the issue of the forfeiture of the first bond. Did Mr. Kirkman bring her in? Did he make the new bond? Is he here today? I don't see him.
I am checking. Your Honor, the new bond that I referred to looks like it's AAA bonding that executed the new bond. I am unaware if Mr. Kirkman brought her in, though.
How do you want to proceed on this motion for judgment, Mr. Bakken?
Well, Judge, at this time, given she has a new bond and is appearing today, state would move to withdraw the motion for judgment on bond.
All right, motion for judgment granted. And what are you going to do about this matter before the court today? Otherwise, this operating a motor vehicle without a valid license and failing to drive on the right lane. Are you going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, waive attorney and represent yourself? What are you doing, Miss Ivy, about these charges?
Apply for an attorney.
Where do you work?
I currently do not work right now.
Why not?
Looking for a job. I quit my old job.
What job was your old job?
It was at a strip club.
And you quit it, why?
Because I don't have daycare like that for my children. So the hours wasn't working with my children.
Are you going to try to find another job?
Yes, I have been looking for another job.
And how long since you've been employed?
Probably a month now.
Have you been looking or you haven't
Yeah.
gotten around to it yet?
Yes, I just had an interview the other day for a job at Loving Hearts, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. But I'm currently still looking for another job if that doesn't go through.
And what is Loving Heart?
It's home health care.
Okay. And you don't need a valid license to get there?
No, my mom can take me if need to be.
Are you living with your mom?
Yes, I am.
Are you married or single?
I'm a widow. I'm single.
Okay. And you have how many minor children?
I have 2.
How old are they?
2 and 3.
All right. Well, I'm going to find that you do qualify for court-appointed counsel. You'll need to call the Patterson Law Office at 316. Are you going to write this down?
Yes.
316-322-7700. Give his staff, as soon as this hearing is over, your contact information and be available if he needs to contact you.
Okay, can you repeat the last number? Sorry.
7700.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Patterson, do you want to say anything?
Yes, I am short-staffed today because of illness, so I would ask that you call tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't forget.
I will not.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the condition of your bond, that you contact him and that you reappear at your next court date, which is, what did we give her again?
Can we give her September 21st, please, Your Honor?
September 21st, 9 a.m. You must be back here September 21st, 9 a.m., having talked with Mr. Patterson or follow his instruction and ready to go.
Is that on Zoom or in person?
As long as you show up and do what you're supposed to, which be in contact with Mr. Patterson, that will be by Zoom.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And make sure you work on getting a job.
Okay, I will.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Patterson, who do you want to take up now?
Laura Bass, Your Honor.
Very well, we are on the record in BU 2026 TR 908, State of Kansas versus Laura Michelle Bass. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joseph Bach appearing for the state of Kansas.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson here on behalf of Laura Bass. Ms. Bass does appear via Zoom audio visual. Judge, this is a case where I am still getting the discovery, and also my client is working on a drug and alcohol eval. So we'd ask the court to allow me to settle for one additional time.
State's response.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no objection to that. Doesn't look like it's a case that started in about April, and I know Mr. Patterson was likely put on after that, so hasn't been going for too long.
Right. Jenna, can we do that September 21st at 9 a.m.?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, shall we reconvene on Alvarez? Try that again. Mr. Patterson, you've had a chance to chat with him?
Yes, is Ms. Bass excused, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Bass, you're excused. Thank you. You may go from today's hearing. Mr. Alvarez, do you want to join us?
Yeah.
Start your camera, your video. All right. Now, does he still want to do the no contest to count one, counsel?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. By pleading no contest, you don't want to admit the charge, is that right?
Yes.
Tell me in your own words what you mean by no contest.
Like, not to admit to doing it, but like, I'm not saying I didn't do it.
All right. You don't want to admit it, but you don't want to take it to trial. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you understand that even though you're not admitting it, you'll probably still be found guilty?
Yes.
And we'll proceed with your sentencing. You understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of this so far?
I do want to say I'm sorry for earlier.
All right, thank you. And is anyone making you enter this no contest plea to count one?
No.
Other than your plea agreement? I understand they've agreed to dismiss count two, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And have you talked to not only your attorney, but your mother about this?
Yeah.
And everybody's in agreement that you want to plead no contest and that that's what you ought to do?
Yes.
But especially it's what you want to do, regardless of what anybody else
Yes.
says. All right. I will accept your no contest plea. Mr. Baca, do you have a factual basis to support count one?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you would,
Your Honor,
please.
if we were to proceed to trial, the state would show that on December 10th of 2025, Mr. Alvarez was operating a motor vehicle. He was operating that motor vehicle at a location here in Butler County, Kansas, that does appear to be at a location 1100 East 6th Street in El Dorado. When he was stopped by a Butler County Sheriff's officer, it was discovered that he did not have a valid license.
And he was how old? 15? 14?
I was 14.
14, yes, Your Honor.
Probably never had a license. All right. Okay, I find you guilty, finding not only that you're knowingly and voluntarily entering a no contest plea, but the state has provided an adequate factual basis to support the charge and the plea. Finding you guilty, I also dismiss count two on motion of the state for plea agreement and recommendations for sentencing. Mr. Baca?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, the state would recommend a $50 fine as an underlying sentence and complying with KSA 82117. We would also recommend 10 days of juvenile detention as the underlying time. Recommend 6 months of a non-reporting probation, pay court costs, and determine attorney's fees.
Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Do you have a job or do you go to school full time or both?
I go to school.
What grade are you in?
I'm going into 9th.
What kind of grades do you usually make?
Last year I made
Season D.
yeah, season D's because we were going from because we had just moved to like Andover.
Where do you live now?
We live back in El Dorado.
So you go to school in El Dorado?
Yeah, whenever school goes back in, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go back to the middle school or the high school.
Your fine is $50. Your court costs are $108. I will waive your attorney fees, provided you keep your grades C's and, well, can you make all A's and B's? Do you have to make C's?
No, I can make A's and B's.
With the understanding that you're going to be making A's and B's, I'll waive your attorney fees.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You will, when can you pay that total of 158? And I'd really like to see you pay it, not your mom.
I could pay it. I don't know when I'll be able to pay it, but I'll pay it.
What kind of work could you do? Pick up aluminum cans, mow yards?
I mow yards.
All right. How about if I give you 60 days, 2 months? Would that be enough?
Yeah.
Or should I give you 90 just for good measure?
Yeah, 90 days for good. Thank
Okay.
you.
But you get that paid to the clerk of the district court within 90 days, or your probation can be revoked and you can serve that time in detention.
Okay.
Don't violate any laws during the 6-month probation, or it can get revoked and you can serve your detention. And keep those grades If you can do C's, you ought to be able to do A's and B's, but you do the very best you can, get those grades as high as you can.
I will.
I definitely don't want any D's and F's, and I don't want any more C's, and I'm not really gonna be crazy about C's, so try to keep them A's
Yeah.
and B's. All right, anything else, council?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, and I don't know what possessed you to drive without a license, probably without any training, but don't do it again. You can get
Yes,
somebody
ma'am.
hurt or killed, yourself included. Or if you get somebody else killed, you could end up in some kind of juvenile lockup for a long time. So don't be driving.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing further, we'll be in recess and you may go.
Judge, I don't see that I'm on Andrew Reeves. I wanted to see if I could do a breakout room with the client if the court wanted to do some pro ses.
Sure.
How many chances should someone get after being arrested for drunk driving over and over again? That was the difficult question before the judge in this emotional sentencing hearing. The defendant stood in court after reaching a plea agreement, but before announcing the sentence, the judge gave him one final opportunity to speak. Instead of making excuses, the defendant told the court he had already arranged to enter a 6-month intensive treatment program in Minnesota, followed by sober living. He said he wanted to turn his life around and was committed to finally overcoming his addiction. His attorney confirmed those plans, hoping the court would see that rehabilitation, not just punishment, was possible. The judge listened carefully, but reminded everyone that the law required a mandatory minimum prison sentence. She explained that even if the defendant completed treatment in Minnesota and earned an early release there, he would still have to return to Wisconsin to finish serving the mandatory portion of his sentence. Then the judge reviewed the defendant's criminal history. She pointed out that although there had been nearly a decade between some of his drunk driving convictions, he committed another alcohol-related offense almost immediately after being charged in Wisconsin. To the judge, that pattern showed something much deeper than simply making a bad decision. She looked directly at the defendant and said his real problem wasn't just alcohol. It was the fact that every